Hello YouTube, JoJo3102 here. I got another video for you today. And what we have here today is the Spyderco UKPK in the leaf point design. Okay? A little bit about this knife here. It is the UKPK, which is United Kingdom pocket knife. This is a line of knives that Spyderco made for some UK people, customers who have, their knife laws are a little bit different than ours. They can't have a blade or a locking blade that is a locking blade, to say the least. So it can't be in a locked position. Where it has either a lock back or inner liner lock or axis lock or whatever kind of locking system. It has to be what is called, some people consider them slip joints. Spyderco uses it as their slip it line. Okay, so instead of slip joint, it's a slip it because it does not lock in position. Okay, open and closes freely. What it does have is a little tension bar back here. Okay. And this tension bar, let's see if we can focus on the back here. This tension bar is what keeps the blade in place. Okay? So when the blade is up, it's not locked. It's just this tension bar is pushing down, keeping the blade in place. Alright? It will break. The detent will break when you push forward on the blade, but it does have a stopping point right there. So when you push on the blade, it gets to a point where it will stop itself from closing completely without that big clip that you're used to. Okay, this is a drop point, or I'm sorry, this is the leaf-shaped blade. Okay, it is their saber grind. Okay, so you have still the metal here, and then you can see where it's grounded out down here. Okay, plain edge, nice acute point. See if we can get that focus in. Okay, very acute point. Okay, and you can see that have that edge, very nice sharp edge on it. Okay, now, right here you have the Spyderco logo right on the blade, as you're used to seeing with most Spydercos. It is a large size hole. This is a good size hole. It's not one of their smaller holes. This is a bit bigger hole. And I think a lot of your newer knives or knives that you'll see are going to have a bit larger size hole, thumb hole for your Spydercos. Okay? Spyderco design label right here, or logo here on the handle. This is an FRN handle, but it is made to look like a G10 kind of pattern. So when you get it and you'll feel it, it feels like G10, but really it's all FRN. Okay? So I'm going to close that up. Oh, wait, before I close it, you will see here that it is the Spyderco logo, or stamp, with a Gen 1 steel. Over here, made Golden, Colorado, USA Earth. Okay, there's Sal Glesser's logo. And then this is what I was talking about here. If you look at it, it looks like a G10 pattern. Okay, but really if you take a good look, it is an FRN handle scale. Okay, pins here, all 3 pins, and then another 2 pins. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is not. It is pins on one side, and it does have the screws on the other so that you can adjust the tension here, and that it can be taken apart. Okay? It does have the wire clip, deep carry wire clip, so that only the top portion of the clip and this rounded part stick out, which is very good because it won't get caught. This rounded part won't get caught on like your clothes or get caught when you're pulling your hands in and out of the pocket. When it sits in the pocket on your right side, it is for left or right hand carry. When it sits in the right side, this flat part sits against your leg, this part sits against the jeans. So when you put your hands in, your hands will roll across the top when it's rounded, so that you can get a good purchase on the knife to pull it out. Okay? Very easy to open with one hand, very easy to close with one hand. It can be spider dropped. I'm going to try it here. You really have to flick it to do it, but let's see if we can get it. Oh, table got in the way. But there it is. You can flick it to spider drop it. Okay? Very good knife. You know, I've been EDCing this knife for a little while now. If you saw one of my other reviews, I also have the UKPK and the Rescue. This is the gray handles, gray handle scales. There is no liner, so it's just the two scales, a pocket clip, a blade, tension bar, and then the screws. Okay? So that's the knife there. We'll go ahead and take a look at it compared to a few other knives. Comparable. Take a look at it against a Delica 4. Okay, so there it is against the Delica. Alright. We'll also take a look at it against the, let me find it here, Tenacious. There it is compared to the Tenacious, as well as the Persistence. Okay, so there's a size comparison there. We will also look at it compared to closed. Okay, Energizer 1-watt flashlight. And compared to a Zippo. Move that aside in a little bit. Okay, so there's a few size comparisons for you. Okay, all in all, this is a very good knife. Like I said, very lightweight, very easy to carry. Carries really deep in the pocket. Very good for small to medium tasks. Has a nice choil here where your finger does sit in this choil here, and it helps to keep the knife open, keep the blade from falling. So even if you're doing something, you push too hard here on the back, very nice jimping here as well. If you push too hard and you break the detent, your finger's there, so it's not going to snap close on you. Okay, I'm pushing really hard here, and it closes, but it's not going to close all the way to my fingers because my fingers in that choil. Now you can pull back here, but I really wouldn't recommend this unless you're really doing something where you're pushing down on the blade to keep it open. Okay, so if you're pushing down on the blade and pulling this way, these should be okay, but I would say for safety, to keep your fingers in that choil, you can still get a nice, get your blade where you need to. Wouldn't do a lot of poking with this, or stabbing, just because the more pressure you put on the point, the more pressure is going to be pushed against the blade. It's going to cause it to close. Okay, but all in all, a good EDC, small tasks to some medium tasks can be done with this knife. Okay, we'll go ahead and run out a few specs for you. Overall length is 6 15/16 of an inch. Length closed is 4 1/16 inches closed. Hole, I don't have the hole diameter on here. Alright, blade length is 2 15/16. Okay, that's because for UK laws, the blade has to be under 3 inches. So Spyderco takes the blade all the way out to the very tip of 3 inches to give you the most blade that they can give you while still being under 3 inches. So for that, and the weight is 1.9 ounces, so very, very light, very light, very light knife here. Okay, cutting edge is 2 9/26. So from here, which is your cutting edge, all the way out to this tip is 2 9/26 of an inch. Okay, so there it is, UKPK with the leaf-shaped blade, okay, in the Gen 1 steel. Go out and pick one up. I got this for about 32 from a retailer. So you can find them anywhere between 30 and 40 bucks. You know, I'd recommend to pick it up for the collection. Everyday use. Okay? So there it is, UKPK by Spyderco. And as always, YouTube, thank you and peace.